Good morning. This is going to be UltimateProject4, the last one that looks at long throws. The nice thing about having a couple hundred hours of video of Brute Squad is that you can often find two plays that are very similar. Here we're going to look at two long throws to Betsy, and we're going to ask why one of them worked well and why one of them didn't work well, and maybe hopefully we can learn a few lessons. So without anything else, here are the two clips. Okay, so in this clipboard I've drawn the position after the first pass. So the disc is here, roughly, and Amber is going to move up here. Sarah is going to move to clear, and Betsy, who's here, is cutting this way. These people all stay nicely out of the play, which is a very good lesson. Now, right when the disc swings over here to who I think is Hannah, although it's harder to see on this one. When the disc swings over here, Betsy's in a great position to cut deep for Hannah. She's not too far down the field. Hannah's got the disc over here. The defender actually prevents this from happening, and so it doesn't happen. But right off the bat, one really nice thing you can say is Betsy's in a great position to cut to Hannah, deep for Hannah when she gets the disc. The disc now swings over to Amber, who's unguarded because her defender poached over to Hannah. Meanwhile, Betsy's moved a little further down the field. And as you saw in the clip, Betsy cuts over this way, and the throw goes up over here and is blocked by the defender. Now, the cut itself is actually okay. The cut, just the cut. Nice curl cut, nice throw out to space, but how could you have made this a little bit better? What went wrong? Well, what went wrong is the disc didn't get downfield faster than Betsy did. And a couple reasons for that. And so Betsy ended up having to wait for the disc, even though she was well in front of the defender came back and blocked it. So one thing to say right off the bat is, it looks like on the screen and on this one from the stadium view you can actually sort of measure the distances. It looks like right as the throw goes off, they're 25 to 30 yards apart. And so this throw is about 60 to 65 yards. So it looks, when Amber looks at this throw, it looks real nice, but just the distance this throw has to go. So two things would have made it better. If Betsy was a little closer, then she wouldn't have had to wait for the disc and wouldn't be able to run in. But the situation was that Betsy wasn't able to be closer because she had already started downfield and actually was in a nice position to cut for Hannah. You can see she was probably 10 yards further downfield. Or if the throw was longer, so if the throw would have gone maybe into the middle of the end zone, about 10 yards farther, then Betsy wouldn't have had to wait for that disc. But in either case, one, you're asking for a 75-yard forehand, which is probably asking a little much for an accurate throw. And two, the other thing is Betsy would have just had to wait to stay further downfield, and her defender would have been right on her, and she would have not been in a good position to cut. So, a couple problems here that contributed to an incomplete pass, even though you had a nice cut and a nice throw. Started out too far downfield, that created problems. Now let's take a look at clip 2, from the pass before the pass that went up, which turns out to be very easy to do because it's the stop disc. So the disc is here, Betsy is hard to see, she's right here, and Lisa, who ends up getting the disc, is right here. So as the disc comes in, this handler clears, Amber goes out for a pass this way and then turns and comes back around. These two cutters go here, and Betsy drifts over here. Lisa comes over here and gets the disc. So take a real good look at the position when Lisa gets the disc. The only thing that you would want to be better in this position when Lisa gets the disc over here is that Amber hasn't had enough time to get cleared out. Now Amber's running hard to clear out, and she does get out of the way, but her defender could have made Lisa's throw a lot harder. Sorry, Amber's defender could have made Lisa's throw a lot harder. And if you look at the position where Betsy is now, it's a lot harder to see the relative positions when you're filming from the ground angle, but it looks I'm guessing on the YouTube video you're not going to be able to see the front goal line. I've got the HD film on my, the original film on my computer, and I can see the front goal line, and it looks like Betsy's maybe 15 yards from it. It looks like Lisa's standing right about just past midfield, but we'll say she's at midfield, and so she's about 20 yards here. And it looks like Betsy catches the throw about 10 yards in the end zone. So the throw here is 45 yards as opposed to 60 to 65 yards in the last time. And so we have a chance to be a little more precise on the throw. Betsy has a real nice cut. And the separation here, instead of being 25 to 30 yards, is 20 yards, so Betsy is a little bit closer. And Betsy just makes a nice cutout and runs into it. The real important thing to notice here is Betsy does not have to wait for this disc at all. Runs right underneath it, doesn't have to break stride. It's a wonderful throw from Lisa out to space. Betsy is able to curl in and get to the disc. And the two Fury defenders who are in this play have no chance because the throw is perfect and Betsy doesn't have to break stride. So just those two ideas of the throw being a little bit shorter and the separation between the thrower and the cutter not being as much make this a much more effective play. And I think it's worth watching these two clips a couple of times to see the difference and really appreciate how you might be able to set up a deep cut. Going back to clip 1, I think it's good to look at the position for when Hannah gets the disc where Betsy is, because you can see that might be a very viable throw. And why the difference, the slight difference in position when Amber gets the disc, it makes this a little bit worse. And I think it's worth watching clip 2 a couple of times just to see a nice throw out to space and a nice easy cut in. Okay, well that's all for today, but as I've been doing, I'm going to leave you with one last little fun clip. Nice play from Brute Squad to win a real tight contested game in the quarterfinals of World Championships. Beautiful throw out to space from Mo to Hannah. One of my favorite plays from all of last year.